Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 versus 3 on Trivian Groves. Playing on Team 2 as the Blood Angels, we have got Gabpiar, we've got Vrax as the Black Templars, and we've got Eri 7889 as the Imperial Guard. The opposing team, we have got Klempe as the Tau, we've got Kukin as the Chaos Space Marines, and we've got Requiem Chaos Slayer as the Emperor's Children. So isn't it funny? We never see this map ever, but then yesterday's Ultimate Apocalypse game was on this map, and then today's Unification game is on this map. So much like a bus, you wait for it forever, and then two come at the same time. That's how Trivian Groves works. But yes, I was threatened to do this game. I was told that if I don't cast this game, then my server will be nuked from orbit, and I'm the kind of person who always says, hey, you know what, if I'm threatened with my livelihood, then I will always say yes. So, you know, if that's what you want from me, then yeah, just threaten me, threaten my life, and I'll do almost anything, young man. Calm your passions. But yeah, we've got the same wonky kind of strategic point set up. Lord knows who's going to go for what in this crazy kind of layout for strategic points. If you want a more deep breakdown of how the map looks, just look at yesterday's video. Do it for the views, man. Do it for the views. We are seeing the Tau press out with their blooming, whatchamacallums, their Tau commanders and their stealth suits. I imagine on a map of this size, the Emperor's Children, when they hit Tier 2 and they get their Warp Talons, they should be doing quite alright, but we are seeing the Black Templars over here going for their assault squads, which will help them maneuver across this map. Remember that there's also lots of negative terrain across this, although it seems that in the Unification map, or the Unification version of this map, they've got water, whereas on yesterday's game the valleys were dry, so maybe these were filled with the tears of the lost and the damned from yesterday's game. Imperial Guard going to set up over onto this side, but the Kukin always sending the Raptor squads. Seem to be that there's lots of jumping troops for this map, as like I say, it's quite a large map. Command squad over here going to try and chase these guys away from the Tech Priest engines here, which they will certainly do with Gay Abandon. Guardsmen over here with Commissar, not going to go all that well against the Tau Commander. On this side, Black Templar Assault Squad are going to go straight into the Emperor's Children base and see what they can bash up. There's a fresh strategic point over here for them to decap if they so wish. And that is exactly what they are going to do. Pleasure Cult is thinking about going over. Are you going to go over and bash them? They are going to give it a go. With a Noise Marine squad at their back as well. Over on the right-hand side, Fire Warrior team out and ready. Assault Scout squad with their stabby knives. Won't do amazing against them. They'll probably die by the time they actually get over there. Especially with Raptors available for the screening. Assault Squad going to chase over these ladies. Whereas a Celestial Lord is ready to welcome them in his warm embrace. And hopefully defend miladies. And knock him 2 down in one fell swoop. One squad over here has lost their morale, but they got that decap, forcing these Pleasure Cultists to stick around. Over on that side, Fire Warriors been left to their own devices. The Assault Squad is going to charge straight and see if there's anything else that they could decap, but there won't be anything else. But maybe there's a couple of builder units that they can stab up. Still a fine, give them the London look, give them the London treatment. And I mean, we've got Pleasure Slaves over here. Harder to kill than your regular Chaos builder units, as you've got 3 in one squad, so they're like a dancing troop almost. Assault Scouts over here still knocking about. They've been pulse blasted or target acquired by the, or whatever you call that ability that Tau Commander has, where he blasts one and basically kills most infantry models in one hit. You have no idea what they're doing. Gabpiar has also rolled random with the Blood Angels. Not sure how familiar he is with these guys, but he's spread out. In fact, actually, he's continuing to send... Oh, these aren't Blood Angels. These are Black Templar and Imperial Guard. Poor Tower has been triple teamed here. But Klempe is going to stand his ground, or at least for now, until he gets engaged in close combat. Raptors from Kukin are going to come over for support. But more Black Templar assaults are on their way. Tower Commander has been beaten up in the yellow health. Now he's going to try and jump away. The Black Templars will continue to follow. Fire Warriors over here will get bashed. Down this side, they are being pushed over to this side, but more Fire Warriors are coming out. Seems to be the plan is just maximum amount of Fire Warriors for maximum amount of time. I'm going to see the Celestial Lord come over and provide some support as well, but more Guardsmen in the way. A proper scrap going on down here. He's got to go for tier 2 is Kingston. Double Noise Marines manoeuvring over. These will be able to help in the situation, as long as the Fire Warriors can escape the grasping clutches of these assault squads. Rabbit's now going to jump back over as they're low on models. Noise Marines opening fire. The Pleasure Cult is now finally getting over onto this side. And it's not looking great for the tower at the moment. They're about to lose a plasma generator, but they've still got their listing post up. They have lost their one. Oh, no, they have not lost this one over here. So actually, all damage being done over here at the moment is just that loss of models. But their economy, if I have a quick ganders, 86, not terrible considering the amount of assault that they've been under. And they've got friends and family in their base. Well, maybe not family, but, you know, I always say that the people that play Dawn of War is... Well, let me say that again. The people that you play Dawn of War with are the family you choose, aren't they? So that's what's going on here. And, yeah, they managed to survive. I mean, the Guardsmen's still in here. Assault squads are still in here, but it looks like they are stabilising quite well. A heavy bolter is also going to be placed over on this side. The listing post over here is not going to go down anytime soon. We've got one singular Pleasure Cult going over that and slapping down that Psyker. And just constant Fire Warriors on the way out. Certainly adding to the devastation of the assaulting troops. But you don't need to lose these squads. You don't have to suicide them in. You can bring them back out. And he's going to attempt to do that. One Black Templar assault member surviving another day. These guys might also want to do the same thing over here. Commissar's still alive with his boys there. Enough to... Good lord, these trees are really bad for casting purposes. Oh, don't think he's going to survive, sadly. Going down with the ship, going down with his men. And breathe a sigh of relief as the counter-attack now begins. Oh, that's unfortunate. He thought he was getting the home stretch, but murderized before he could even get home. Guys, we're going to attempt to do the same. They're probably going to be cut to ribbons on their way back as well. And we've got all these guys now localized. Can now start spreading around in this general area and start influencing things. Got to keep an eye on the critical locations. There is one here, and one here. So at the moment, Vrax has got one, the Black Templar player, with the Kingston Chaos Space Marines. They've got a critical location, and it looks like that Kingston is also going to get this one. But don't want to hog the critical locations there, as each faction needs one to get their big units out. But these guys are going to do a counter-assault as they go down over here. Imperial Guard standing by on the listing posts. Only one squad of guardsmen there against the death that is to come. Oh, that was an explosion. Where did that come from? Oh, the mines. Put mines down, you cheeky Tech Priest Engine Seers. Well, they've killed 2 models of the Raptors. That's not bad goings. But almost get a full-blown squad wipe on those Raptors. Cultists having their match been met. We do have some guardsmen sitting in the inside. Are you inside the... Hold on. Do you have some regular boys in there? Mr. Aries 7889? Yes, you do. Some regular boys inside. Well, that's a firing line from hell. From the perspective of the Imperial Guard. Doing have a Defiler coming over. Gonna tank a lot of the damage. Just walk over and start munching on this listing post. Once that listing post goes down, the Imperial Guard will be forced to fight, well, fall back. Got a bunch of Crusaders and assault scout squads moving over here, rolling over these Noise Marines, and we are getting tier 2 from a Requiem Chaos Slayer. Once it's up on the Warp Talons online, they should be alright. But also the... Oh, what should we call them? The Emperor's Children. They've got no infiltration detection in tier 1, so actually these guys could walk in. There'd be nothing that the Emperor's Children could do to stop them. Let me know, these Black Templars not surviving very long. Absolutely murderized in that engagement. These guys are going to go down south. This relic is yet to be captured, actually. Or even have a listing post built on them. Area having to focus on murdering everything up. I mean, if they got a lot more damage done to the Tau, if they actually smashed his economy, might have been a different story, but they were focusing a lot more on other bits and bobs, like killing the actual units themselves, which is fair play. You know, you've got to kill the units, otherwise they kill you. but not quite knocking out Klempe, and they are suffering for their efforts now. Double land speeder Tempest from Gapiar. A nice addition when you've got lots of infantry to kill. Tower Commander very low on health as well. And have you these guys been? They've also been upgraded with. Oh, they've been upgraded with frag missiles. Well, one frag, one crack. So going for a multitude of different missiles for a multitude of different problems. And yeah, these Tower are gonna really, really struggle against the land speeders. I mean, concentrated fire will kill them, but when these guys are moving forward as well, Fire Warriors will probably want to go back home ASAP. We've got these stealth suits, and I imagine you've got your fusion blasters on the way. Gotta be careful with that Psyker in the command squad. They will be able to see him. If they can like go around the flanks maybe and do some shooting on the sides, they might do alright. Chimera pushing forward, been slowed down by the snare of the Tower Commander, and he will go down. No dramas whatsoever. On this side, lots of assault marines pushing forward, noise marines struggling. The sheer amount of close combat stuff going on, but Possessed Squad, that is exactly what the Doctor ordered, especially with their flamers, doing damage against morale to prevent them from being very effective in a close combat engagement. The Tower Firewall is still running backwards, being absolutely wiped out. Fire Warriors breach the team as well. Ideal if they were going up against a lot of close combat units, and to be fair, if the assault squads of the Black Templar were coming over, that'd be something, but against the Imperial Guard, doesn't do them a great lick of good. Not sure what you're doing. Looked like you were about to do a zap then. There's nothing to zap there. By gum. Imperial Guard's being stalled a little bit. You don't want to push your units forward one by one. You want to have these Chimeras on the front lines, absorbing the damage, but then again, we've got double stealth suit teams here, which can mince their way through the Chimeras. Got to keep your Psycho alive if you want to see these guys. Over on this side, we are seeing the Possessed Marines moving forward. Are going to be killing the listing post. Maybe I'm going for a decap as well. Gonna go for a decap? Possibly, maybe. Come on, Q-Kid. Don't forget your units. Not in these critical moments. Got a stealth suit. And Gapiar has captured the critical location in the middle. An Assault Rhino, I thought that was a Vindicator for a second then. But no, not a Vindicator. Possessed Squad unable to really go up against these Landspeeder Tempests. Well, actually, this is a wonderful counter to these guys. Unless they turn into Stretch Armstrong or Mr. Tickle, they're not going to be able to reach up and grab them anytime soon. Assault Squad's over here, going up against the Raptors. Raptors are going to have to run backwards, but we're seeing lots of things being teleported in. Are you Demonettes? No, you are Glow Agents. Coming in like Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise jumping in. Down on this side, stealth suits bashing up the listing posts, forcing the Imperial Guard to move backwards, losing their position. But the Landspeeder Tempests continuing to do their harassment on the sides. Glow Agents unable to do much, but they are going to reinforce themselves. They are totally free. Doesn't cost them a penny, although it does reduce the overall economy for the Emperor's Children, depending on how many that you have. It seems like he just wants to get bodies on the field, just to provide support for everyone else. Soul Marines not really doing much against the Possessed Squad. I've seen double land speeders there, armed with Typhoon missile launchers. Seem to be good against the infantries, if you listen to the scorecard for that unit. Imperial Guard trying to push back the influence of chaos. And there is a thermal plasma generator here, so the green money economy is going to be amazing for them. In the centre there, Gapiar summoning just a whole smorgasbord of bad stuff. Thankfully, the Tau do have their stealth suits in the base. So they've got one squad of stealth suits in. Need to give them the upgrades there, but I imagine they will be getting some upgrades sometime soon. More FCAS builders in attempts to be built up so they can repair the Kaldra headquarters. They're going to attempt to smash this to reduce their overall tech, but bearing in mind that the Tau don't tech up from the HQ, so realistically, if we want to bash them up, have some enlightenment to set them back is the way forward. Interesting target choices. Are seeing an Obliterator squad and a Chaos Terror squad, as well as a Land Raider Hades Diabolus. That's the word. So lots of fire coming in. And the Furiosa Dreadnoughts not really accomplishing an amazing amount of stuff, so they will be sent back home packing. What are you in the corner? You are Logic Cultist. Oh, you're capturing a relic. Fair enough. I was wondering what you were for a second then. So that means they've got their jumping upgrade. The Glory Agents aren't going to really stand the test of time against these guys. They have got their grenade launchers. They can mash them around a bit. A significant amount of land speeders in this game. Glory Agents do not have a lot of health. They're more or less like a last-ditch attempt. You only really get them if you absolutely have to. And to be honest, in a match on a map this wide, if you get any kind of units anywhere, just to get that map pressure on the go, then that's good. That's a net positive. Possessed Marines being worked really hard here. Forced to go about every which way. But combination of Emperor's Children and regular Chaos doing the business. Got a Sonic Scorpion over here. A Walker for the Emperor's Children. Got to give this guy a good flip in the air before gently nudging one to the ground. Getting a Assault Veteran squad from Gadpiard. This is just a melee game to end all melee games. A Mutilator squad on the way. Big power weapons in their hands. Very lethal in close combat. Got to be careful around these guys. Only a couple of punches from these guys can kill even the most veteran of assault squads. But the significant amount of lads on the field, even the Mutilators are going to struggle with that. Got a Decimator on the way. Wonderful model if I can just get a glance at him. Look at him go. Only works on the shoulders. But the ladies love a man with shoulders, so we don't mind. These guys have been flanked, however. And falling fast as thieves. Do believe the Sword Brethren went inside the Rhino Transport, question mark. We will see if they survive, however. A good assault, all the same. The Northern team under constant pressure. Ah, yes, they were inside. And now they're not inside. Also got a command squad in there. Only 3 models by the looks of things. I'm going to try and reinforce themselves. These guys, with a Morier, the Chosen. If only it weren't covered in pink, we'd get a better look at your model, but there he is. Well, we've got a Shadow. Who's that Pokemon? It's a Dreadnought. Ooh, that's a thumbnail idea. Haha. Gonna have fun making that one later. Yeah, Assault Terminators. Yeah, it's just melee all the way, baby. Who needs guns in the 41st millennium when you've got stick and you've got stab? Down on this side, we've got the Commander's long strikes gunship, and they're just tidying things up. There's a few skirmishes going on over onto that side. 71% for Hellforge. Kukin attempting to build up the biggest, baddest Titan he possibly can. But that research looks like it's going to be cancelled. Back to the drawing board of you, Kukin, as Morian. That's his dying breath. That's what he did there. And they do manage to mop up the remaining forces of the Blood Angels and Black Templars, but at the cost of losing their big research there. Let's have a look at the economies at the moment. We have got 190 and 104 and 136 and 79 and 122 and 78 compared to 113 and 79, 138 and 92 and 68 and 20. So really seriously damaged economy for the Emperor's Children on this side here. But they are now spreading back over and recapturing their good bits. Although actually you need to maybe move these Glory Agents a little bit more. Keep them on the go. That's what, good lord, it's actually really noisy when you're listening to it from the perspective of the Emperor's Children. Well, plasma generators are going to go down. And the Tau are pushing significantly on the bottom side here. Hammerhead gunships, really difficult to take on. Still quite fragile, considering what kind of tank they are. They're meant to be the equivalent of a Predator or a Lehman Russ. They've got more firepower but less armour. And they're a bit flirty as well, so sometimes their pathing gets a bit skewed up with other stuff. In fact, flirty, look at that. They could drift and it's pretty sick to watch. But sometimes they get caught up on little units. Over here's pure chaos. It's what we like to see. The assault squad, not veterans, they're just regular assault marines. We're surrounded by these guys, but they've been chased away. Land Raider Hades or Hades Diablos on half health at the moment. We've got the Storm Raven, which I get why it's not a flying unit, because then it'd just be like really, really overpowered. But the fact that it's just skimming the ground, I do quite like. Fills me with joy. But the constant harassment, trying to keep the Emperor's children down. We are seeing Hellforge being rebuilt or re-researched by Kuken. Needs to keep that on the lure down there. Does he still have the... He doesn't have a critical location yet. But he might be able to regain one. Klempe's got this one, so that's one for the Tau. And Vraxa, no critical location for Kuken at the moment. Got a Baneblade for Eri on the south side here. The Tau have, let's push all the way down and more or less shattered the Imperial Guard economy. But they've got a Baneblade on. And that's all they need, baby. 13 barrels of pure Emperor worshipping, thundering, damagey bits. That is the term. That is what they actually say. It was just cut out of the original voice lines because it was a line that was just too cool. Too cool for school, some would say. These guys are going to fall back. They've done their damage. They don't need to knock around anymore. They're going to attempt to get that cheeky thermoplasma generator. Storm Ravens. Oh dear, oh dear. He's going to come forward. But actually, that's not the engagement for him. He's not doing amazing damage. And, oh dear, that was quite dramatic, wasn't it? Very dramatic indeed. So these guys have done a good job. The trio of Tau vehicles. I mean, can they actually stand up against all of this? Doesn't look like it, but they're at least giving the Baneblade a time to think about it. Also got a Swordfish heavy gunship, which is quite lethal against tanks. Oh, they might even get it down. Yeah, they do. Oh, well. What do you know? That's the might of the Tau Empire right there for you. Now we're going to slink away back into the shadows. Got a Fire Warrior Guard. Fire Warrior Bodyguard. I'm not sure whose body they're protecting at the moment. Don't know where the blooming Ethereal is. Over to this side, we've got Chief Librarian Mephiston. Let's have a look at his model while we're here. Lovely cape on him. Very vampiric. I mean, I need to know how he starches his collars. Those are very straight collars. Lovely. We're also the High Priest Karumba, whatever his name is. Let's have a look at his model as well while we're here. He's got a chalice of cherryade. Or strawberry milkshake, I imagine. In the grim darkness of the far future, the McDonald's milkshake machine does eventually work by the blessings of the Omnissiah. Got Vrax with lots of tanks over here, but looks like that Requiem has managed to scrounge up enough money to get a couple of Warp Talon bands on the go. Sword Brethren will try and scare them away there. And the centre, Chaos Predators and Land Raiders owning the centre. We do have some mischief going on with this Decimator inside of Gab's base. He's going to do what he can with his Devastator squads. Let's see if he can get some las cannons just for good showing. Sword Brethren, they're doing what they can, but they're not winning. Not winning at all. Thankfully, they've got a Sword Brethren Assault Terminator squad walking on by with their hammers and shields. They should fare a lot better against the Warp Talons. In fact, yeah, the moment these guys join the combat, the Warp Talons get absolutely crumps. Sad times in the pipelines for them, I'm afraid. Glory Agents being stabbed and sliced. My goodness, what an exciting match so far. It's been really back and forth. The southern side managing to resist a lot of the aggression. Managing to get a lot of harassment on the top side, but it's not all roses for him. Ah, there we go, Kuken. Oh, for fuck's sake, he needs a crit. And he can't get this critical location now because Glory Agents have captured this critical location. Have they also got this one as well? No, but they've just lost it. Dear, that's very unfortunate. So I imagine he's got his... Yeah, his Hellforge is about to finish researching, but it'll be absolutely useless for him. So he's on a mission now. He's got to capture something. Klempe's got this one. And he has got his Storm Surge ballistic suit. 10 feet tall. 5 feet... Well, not 10 feet, but you know. like a Titan from Attack on Titan. Are they 10 meters? What's the average size of a Titan from Attack on Titan? I think it's 30 or something. Can't remember. I'm not a weeb. I'm not an anime man. I don't watch it. The only anime I watch is How I Met Your Mother, and that, I think, is the best anime I've seen. But yeah, the moment he stands still and puts his feet down like an angry toddler, he'll be doing the big damage with that cannon on his back. Until then, just using those anti-personnel missiles. These guys are going to stand over, protecting that critical location with all their might. Double, well, one sword brethren, one command squad. A lot of firepower on both sides. I want to say firepower, a lot of hammer power, I guess. Oh, Mutilists and Obliterers have been spawned on the backside. The ultimate flanking maneuver. Dear oh dear. Yeah, these guys are not in for a very merry time. We do have Commander Dante, which we don't normally get to see a load of. Oh, follow him. Hashtag. There we go, that's how we do it. Sorry about that camera work. Yeah, but we don't normally get to see a load of the Blood Angels hero stuff. That's quite nice. Storm said you're in the wrong place, my friend. You're surrounded by Moria the Chosen. Let's get a better look at him now. Look at that. I'd turn the graphics down because the Emperor's Children in the game, but I heard that's something. So any other heroes? We've got Chaplain Le Martes. Le Martes. Where are you? You are there. I can't seem to focus on you, but you can get a general look at him. He's got more gold. More gold on a mighty Crozius to engage with. He's out there we go. They're sacrificing life and limb to capture this critical location. Predators are going to try and stop him. But it does seem that the Black Templars have been smashed about. They're still holding strong with these Terminators in the middle there. Celestial Lord, along with some Noise Marines coming over. Decimator and Chaos Runner Transport as well. For the good times and the bad times. CS Marines. Yeah, they're not going to go down anytime soon. They are going to get that critical location, and Kukin only needs to hold that critical location for a little while. That is the main thing. Commander Dante has got 4 honor guard, and these guys can absolutely ruffle stomp anything and everything in close combat. Tower trying to hold them back, but there's just too much to fire at. They've lost their Storm Surge. Are they going to get another one? Oh no, the research of their Enclave's technology. So hopefully they can keep their critical location online. For now. That will take... How long was that away? 50% more or less. Yeah, that's... It's not going to be researched by the time these guys get over. Tempted to build up some turrets. Crisis Battlesuit's doing a good job, but not good enough. Managed to send some support from the other side. There we go, critical location has been captured by Kukin. He is now able to start building up his Ravager Titan. And oh my goodness, the frame rate is gone. I might have to reload this game. But will it go away? Is it just on that side? No, it's fine, it's fine. Might have to just zoom in just a little bit to avoid the shattering stuff. In fact, no, actually, that's flashing. Let me reload, I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. I'm not sure if this is the exact same place, because I completely forgot what timestamp I left it at, but there we go. Advice for you guys at home: if the game doesn't work and it crashes, lower the graphics. If it still crashes, lower the graphics even more. And if it still crashes, well, may the God Emperor help you, because heaven forbid. Oh, where Kukin? Yep, coming, and he's gonna, like I said, the big R Titan is on his way. But can they hold on for long enough? We do have double Riptide battlesuits with their lovely, lovely long legs firing away, but the next Terminator is falling on top of this Carja headquarters. Does not look like it's been repaired from previously, so that might come back to bite Klempe. Now he's got the powerful Swordfish heavy gunships and Commander Longstrike's gunships, so they should be doing alright. Lots of damage being done over onto this side, but God blimey, there's a lot going on. Not sure who's brought this down, but it's going on for quite some time. Monica Command Post really getting the work done there, or work done to it there. Just squad over yonder as the Hades Diabolus gets taken down by the Black Templar squad. Sword Brethren still mixing around in the middle. And there's a desperate push. The steam on this side seems to be slowing down a little bit. Tower being able to stabilise. Another Dreadnought punching around this plasma generator. Titan almost finished, but they do not have... In fact, what kind of squad cap have you got going on? Yeah, you've needed a little bit more, so you might need to delete some of your vehicles. Got Kanda Kion rocking over. He does things. He can get a dog. He can get a woman. And never a more deadly combination in the world. And there he goes. Big Titan. He's got a fist. He's got a gun. And he's ready to do some damage. Havoc Marine's also getting some shots in there as well. Now it does look like these guys have been beaten back. Managing to stabilise, but that was quite the epic push from the southern side. Once, twice, thrice they've been pushing over here. I'm going to see some supremacy armour for the tower as well. So double tier 2 Titans coming out for the top side. And after weathering all those storms, now is the time for them to make the push. We are seeing a sizable army. One more big clash on the way here. So be excited, get hype. What Imperial Guard going to go for? Have you got any more money for big stuff? Hold on, let me restart that. So you've got money. You've got a decent sized army. Whether it's enough to take on a Titan, you've got a little bit of pennies going on. You've got no big Titans on the way, I'm afraid, Mr. Vrax and Eri. You've got some pennies, but you've not got much in the way of squad cap. Although you are doing a counter push down on this side. You've got a Medusa, double Lehman Russes, Ogrins and all that stuff. Supremacy armor is still quite a ways away, and they will have sacrificed some vehicles to get that online, but the vehicles for them do seem to be waxing and waning somewhat. Here's Kairos coming down with Celestial Sorcerer as well. Double Warp Talon bands, Sonic Hell Talons. This is a deadly force. Imperial Guard will need to win. I mean, it's a base trade at this point. But I mean, the tower over here, they're going to kill these guys. It's not a happy time for these gentlemen. And the forces of chaos storm in. Titan ready to blow everything up. He has gone for a volcano cannon on his right arm. Can also get a Gatling blaster on his left arm if he wants, but he's keeping that fist poison ready if anyone engages in close combat. Which is what a really good way of countering a Titan is, by getting involved in melee combat. Well, the Chaos Titan does have the rare defense of having a melee attack. It's quite good. It's just everyone's been teleported in. There's orbital bombardments going on this side. Tactical squads are being pushed back. If anything, just a reposition from these Glory agents. Possessed Marines going on the left-hand side, chasing after whatever is within range. Chaos Space Marine Chosen Squad has been rattled. The Warp Talons are still going on. Titan trying to avoid the Furiosa Dreadnoughts. The Warp Talons are going to chase after them and start stabbing them good and proper. But the steel rain of the Furiosa Dreadnoughts continuing, never ending, never stopping. Pardon me. And actually, against all odds, Gab is holding. He's keeping these guys back for now. They are just repositioning and regrouping until those dreadnoughts are taken care of. The Tau have managed to push the Imperial Guard back there. Baneblade now out. So it's now a game of turret defense almost. The chance of them winning are very slim against two Titan units. But we have seen crazier things happen before. The Void Shield on this big R Titan is already 1/3 of health left. Sword Brethren Terminators trying to get involved, but the Chaos Terminator squads will sort them out with no problems at all. Warp Talons are in the base. We also have the Primarch Alpharis himself making himself known, going up against the Honor Guard banner holder, and yeah, fighting a Primarch with a stick and a piece of cloth on is never a good way to go about things. So there we go. Vrax thinking, should we call it? And maybe that might be the wise choice. We do have this stuff. Ah, there he is. Supremacy armor. Huge explosions from this dude. Not as tall as a Titan. But don't let size fool you. He's got some powerful armaments going. And look at that. Eri's been kicked out. Gab's been kicked out. Vrax is last man standing. And I'm just going to leave him. Go on, take him down. Pax making... Oh, Pax was... I assume he was watching. Not a player. Just nice how everyone can watch each other. Quite sweet. But yeah, absolutely epic game. My goodness, what a phenomenal game. Fantastic that I was threatened with a potential nuclear holocaust if I didn't cast this game. But yeah, I mean, really good assault. The Southern team constantly bashing as much as they could from the Northern team, but never quite able to get through that. As I said earlier on, if they were able to take out the Tower's economy, they would have basically had a lot more leverage throughout that entire game, maybe even taking out... Because also the Emperor's Children, their economy was quite rubbish for a lot of that, but being able to stabilise later on and then bringing out those big Titans and winning the game. So, nice one, everyone. Thank you so much for sending this game in. If you want to get involved in these kinds of games, have a look in the Discord. Link is in the description below. Join in, get involved. No skill requirement. Just have a good old time. There's also Patreon. If you want to support the channel, £1 a month gets you one extra game a week of Dawn of War. How cool is that? Anyway, my name is Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. I will see you in a bit. Peace.